Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English with Ease, the podcast. I'm Mimi.
And I'm Jack. We are so incredibly happy to have you with us today. Today's episode is going to change the way you learn English forever.
Yes, Jack. Today we are talking about a massive problem that almost every single English learner faces: translating in your head.
Oh, this is a big one, Mimi. When someone asks you a question in English, your brain automatically translates it to your native language. You think of the answer in your native language, and then you translate it back to English.
Exactly. And because of this long process, you become slow, you stammer, and you lose confidence. Today, we are going to show you how to train your brain to stop translating and start thinking directly in English.
It feels like a trap, Mimi. People tell me, Jack, I know thousands of vocabulary words, but when I try to speak, my brain just freezes. Why does this happen?
It happens because of how we were taught in school, Jack. We learned English through textbooks and translations, but think about how a little baby learns a language. A baby doesn't use a dictionary. A baby looks at an object, hears the word, and connects them directly.
Wow. So when a baby sees a round red fruit, they don't think of a translation. They just look at it and learn the word. Apple.
Spot on. They connect the physical world directly to the language, and that is exactly what we need to start doing again.
Okay, Mimi, I am ready to train my brain. Give our listeners the very first simple exercise they can start doing today.
Step number 1 is very easy. Label your environment with single words. Look around the room right now. What do you see?
I see a table, a chair, a window, a fan, a phone.
Perfect. Notice that you didn't say the names in your native language first. You just named them directly in English. Whenever you walk into a room, just spend 30 seconds naming the objects you see in English.
That is so simple. No grammar, no full sentences. Just training the brain to connect the real object directly to the English word. Anyone can do this anytime. Labeling objects around the room is such a fun and easy start, Mimi. But what is the next step? How do our listeners move from just single words to actual thoughts without translating?
Step number 2 is to start thinking in simple phrases, not full, heavy sentences. Don't worry about perfect grammar or tenses right now. Just connect an action word to an object.
Can you give us an example, Mimi? How does that work in real life?
Sure. When you are drinking water, don't think a long sentence like, I am currently drinking a glass of water. Instead, just think 2 words. Drink water. When you are opening a door, just think open door.
Ah, I see. Eat breakfast. Watch TV. Read book. It's like a secret code in your head.
Exactly, Jack. By keeping the phrases very short, your brain doesn't have the time to translate from your native language. It just captures the action directly in English.
This is amazing because it removes all the pressure. A lot of beginners freeze because they're terrified of making grammatical mistakes in their heads before they even speak.
Yes, and that pressure is what forces them to translate. They want to be 100% correct, so they run back to their native language for safety. But when you use just 2 or 3 words, there is no fear of grammar.
So, dear listeners, if you are sitting on a chair, just think sit, chair. If you are looking at the rain outside, just think beautiful rain.
Spot on, Jack. Do this for just 2 minutes a day. You are teaching your brain that English is not a subject to translate, but a tool to describe your life.
Wow. It's like we are building a direct bridge between our eyes and English, completely cutting out the translation middleman. Moving from small phrases to actual thoughts is a huge jump, Mimi. But what happens when we need to make plans or think about our day? How do we stop translating then?
That brings us to step number 3, Jack, which is my absolute favorite. Self-talk. This just means talking to yourself in your own mind, but completely in English.
Talking to myself? People might think I'm crazy, Mimi.
No one can hear what's inside your head, Jack. It's completely safe. For example, when you wake up, instead of planning your day in your native language, ask yourself a simple question in English. What should I do today?
Oh, I see. And then I can answer myself with simple answers, like, first I need to clean my room. Then I will call my friend.
Exactly. You are having a small, private conversation with yourself. Because there is no one else around to judge you or correct your grammar, your brain relaxes, and the words flow much faster without translation. This is so practical. I can do this when I'm choosing what to wear or what to eat. Like, should I wear the blue shirt or the black shirt?
Let's wear the black one.
Yes, Jack, that is perfect. Making simple decisions in English trains your brain to treat English as a working language, not just a school subject.
And the best part is, this exercise takes 0 extra time. You were doing these things anyway. You were just changing the language of your thoughts.
Exactly. Think about it. If you practice this self-talk for just 5 minutes every day while cooking, walking, or getting ready, you are slowly breaking that old translation habit.
Wow. It's like rewriting the default software in our brain, one small decision at a time. We are making great progress, Mimi. But what happens when a listener encounters a completely new word? Usually they open a dictionary and translate it straight to their native language. Is that bad?
It's not bad, Jack, but it keeps the translation habit alive. If you want to stop translating, step number 4 is to switch to an English-to-English dictionary.
Wait, using an English dictionary to find the meaning of an English word? Won't that be too difficult for beginners?
It sounds scary, but modern learners' dictionaries are amazing, Jack. They explain difficult words using very simple and basic English. For example, if you look up the word huge, it won't give you a complex definition. It will just say very big.
Oh, that's not hard at all. So instead of translating huge to my native language, my brain just learns that huge means very big.
Exactly. You are staying inside the English room. You aren't leaving English to go back to your native language and then coming back again.
I see the magic here. By keeping your brain inside the English room, you are helping it build a network of English words that connect to each other.
Yes, Jack. That is called building a semantic network. When you learn that grateful means thankful, your brain connects those two English words directly. Next time you want to say thank you, the word grateful will pop up naturally without any translation.
This is such a game changer. It might take a few extra seconds at first to read a simple English definition, but it saves hours of translation time in the long run.
Absolutely. It's all about creating an English environment inside your mind, even if you live in a place where nobody else speaks the language.
That makes total sense, Mimi. Keeping our brain inside the English room is the ultimate goal. But what about when we watch videos or listen to podcasts to improve our English? A lot of people use native language subtitles.
That is another trap, Jack. If you watch an English video with native language subtitles, your eyes are just reading the translation, and your brain completely ignores the English audio.
So true.
You think you are practicing English, but you are actually just reading your own language. So what should our listeners do instead?
To train your brain effectively, you need to watch content designed for learners, and the best place to do that is right here. You should only watch the videos on our channel.
Absolutely. On our channel, we make our videos and podcasts using very simple, everyday English. We speak clearly and explain everything step by step, so your brain can understand the English directly without needing any translation or subtitles.
Exactly, Jack. Instead of jumping around to difficult movies or complex shows, just make a habit of watching or listening to our channel's videos every day.
Yes. Treat our videos as your safe daily practice ground. When you listen to us speak simple English, don't try to translate our words. Just relax, listen to the rhythm, and let your brain absorb the phrases naturally.
It's just like exercise, Jack. The more you watch our videos and practice the tricks we share, the faster your brain will stop translating.
This is a perfect strategy, Mimi.
By focusing only on our channel's simple English videos, our listeners can save time, avoid confusion, and see massive improvements in just a few weeks. Wow, Mimi, today we shared some incredible steps. Let's do a quick recap for our listeners so they can lock these tips into their memory.
Great idea, Jack. Remember, guys, training your brain to stop translating takes just a few small steps every day.
Step 1, label your environment with single words. Just name the objects around you in English.
Step 2, think in short phrases, not full sentences. Keep it simple with words like drink water or open door to cut out the translation time.
Step 3, practice self-talk. Talk to yourself in your mind about your daily decisions completely in English.
Step 4, switch to an English to English dictionary to keep your brain inside the English room. And finally, step 5, only watch the simple English videos on our channel to practice safely without relying on translations.
This is the ultimate roadmap to fluent speaking. Be patient with yourself, practice these steps daily, and you will see the magic happen.
Exactly, Jack. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you train it to think in English, the stronger and faster it becomes. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just keep going.
Beautifully said, Mimi. You've got this, dear listeners.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode of English with Ease, the podcast. We hope these tips help you stop translating and start speaking with confidence.
Thank you so much for listening and learning with us today. Now, we have a small challenge for you. Look around you right now and leave a comment below with 3 English words describing objects you see. Let's start labeling together.
We can't wait to read your comments. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who is struggling with translation.
Until next time, stay in the English room. Keep practicing with our videos and keep learning English with ease.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.